friends, welcome back. This is postpartum video number 2. I am 2 weeks out from having a baby and I had a C-section, so just recovering a little bit slower, but that's okay. I'm ready for some movement in my hips and legs, so I'm glad you're here to join me. So just make sure you listen to your body and make sure that you check with your doctor before you start any kind of exercise, including this class. Let's get started. Just begin to close your eyes. Take a nice deep breath in and let it go. 2 more times just like that. Inhaling through your nose. Open your mouth, exhale. 1 more time. Inhaling. Full breath and let it go. Just take a few moments in stillness to bring your thoughts, your heart, spirit, mind, everything into this room that you're in and into your body. Slowly draw your hands together towards your heart center. This is called Anjali Mudra, the mudra of the heart. We're just connecting with that heart space, dropping out of the busy monkey mind and into that bigger energy source, which is your heart space. As we connect to that more powerful space that allows us to receive clarity, to connect us with truth, love, and peace. Begin to expand through that heart area as you sit up a little bit taller, widening through your collarbones. And this class is all about just finding comfort in easy movement. Nothing is forced, nothing expected, no competition, no judgment. Just feeling into your body a little bit more after offering such a wonderful gift of birth into this world. And with gratitude for a body that has brought you here, in this moment, start to reach your arms up towards the sky. Again, you're inhaling, lengthening that space through your heart. Then on an exhale, take your arms wide and just feel the space around you. Connect to the floor now, the foundation. And then when you're ready, start to slowly flutter your eyes open. Completely here and now. We're going to start this practice actually standing. So take your time standing up. We're going to start with the feet a little bit wider than shoulder width distance apart. Take your arms nice and wide. And on an inhale, reach both arms up to the sky. Feel that energy lift up through the earth, through your legs, up to your fingertips, and then exhale, just taking your hands down to your thighs. Just sitting down, and then inhale. Reach up. So just easy squats. Push down through your strong legs. Just getting a little bit of warmth in your legs. I'm going to scoot back a little bit more so you can see me better. And one more time. Inhale. And then coming down into that little easy squat and just a little rotation side to side. No big twists or anything. Just moving your shoulders, head and neck in one direction and then the other. Take that one more time to each side. And then when you're ready, meet me at the center. Take a big inhale, reach up. And then on an exhale, take your hands to your hips. You're going to turn into an easy warrior 1. Okay, if you'd like the support of a wall, use that. Really, you shouldn't be using your core 6 to 8 weeks within giving birth. So if you feel like you're using your core here, I want you to hold on to the wall. Okay? And then on your next inhale, just reach up. Really just focusing on opening in that hip flexor. Yeah, so open the hip flexor on that back leg as you lean back just a little more if that feels good. If leaning back creates any kind of tension, just stop what you're doing, take your hands to your hips and kind of reset there. You can shorten your stance. Just take a moment to feel the little bit of opening through the quad, the hip flexor. Take one more breath, lift the heart, exhale, release your hands down. We're just going to shift to the center side to side. Just a little adductor stretch. So adductors are your inner thighs. And just let your belly be full. No need to pull those muscles in right now. And then shifting to the other side for an easy warrior one. So this stance that I'm in is a lot closer than I'm normally used to. So I'd like you to do that for your stance as well. If you're familiar with yoga and you've done lots of yoga in the past, but you just had a baby, shorten your stance quite considerably here so that you can just feel the subtle movement and opening of this pose. So feeling the opening through that hip flexor on the other side, take a big deep breath in, reach to the sky, exhale and just settle. Let your shoulders relax, and settle into the legs. Just bringing back that sense of power and strength. Take one more deep breath in. Lift your heart. If you need a little bit more, lean back. And then exhale, release your arms down. Come back to center and just shift from side to side. Awesome. It's a good way to just warm up the legs and get some blood flow to the lower limbs. Let's take a big inhale, reach to the sky. And then on an exhale, I just want you to sit all the way down. Take your time. So hopefully you have a chair or a bench or something that you can sit on so you have a little bit of support now. Now that the hips and the legs are a little bit more open, we're just going to take the right leg. I'm going to mirror you. So I'm going to again scoot back just a little bit more so you can see. So right leg out, take a big breath in, inhale, exhale, and then just hinge forward. So you're reaching towards your right foot. I am going about half the way that I'm used to. Flexing the foot. I just want to feel that subtle stretch, nothing again forced. Being gentle with your body. Take one more breath. Even lengthen through the spine. Lift the head. Smile that you were able to find a few moments for yourself today. And then take an inhale, sit up. Other side. So extend. Your leg is straight. Your foot is flexed. Toes pulling towards your shin. Reach to the sky. Inhale and exhale. Just take your hands to your thighs. Just a little lean forward. Again, we're just resting, recovering. Nothing is forced. Just feeling the subtleties of the stretch. Getting some movement, range of motion. Awesome. Take a big breath in. Inhale. On an exhale, take your hands behind you and just open up through the chest. This should feel awesome if you've been nursing or pumping milk. We tend to roll our shoulders forward, so this is really good for our shoulders, head and neck. Take one more breath, lift the heart, and come up. And exhale, come to a neutral spine. Fantastic, good job. Let's go to a little bit more of a hip opener. We are going to start with the right ankle crossing in front of the left ankle. And you may not be able to see my ankles here, that's fine. Just cross one over the other and take a little lean forward. If that feels good, you're not feeling much, then take that invitation to go a little higher. If you've crossed at the ankles and you lean forward and you feel something, stay right there. And then take your arms back behind you, lengthen the spine once more. Inhale, full energetic breath, and then exhale, take a little lean forward. And if you feel your knee reaching up because you're feeling tension there, maybe leaning forward is too much. So come back to sitting up nice and tall. Try and get that hip joint to relax before you lean forward. When you feel this sense of like hugging in and tension, then you know you've gone a little too far. Let's take about 3 more deep breaths here. Doing great. You're welcome to inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth like we did at the beginning of class, or use your Ujjayi breath, inhaling through the nose, exhaling through the nose. Awesome. Inhale, come up and release that leg, and you're just going to open and close the knee there. Just creating some movement, blood flow back into the hip, and then finding that still position. And let's go to the other side. So crossing now left ankle over right ankle. Sit up nice and tall and take that lean. This is just a little test here to see if you need more. So I'm not feeling anything. I'm going to take that invitation to move upward, but don't feel competitive or feel forced that you need to bring that ankle up. It doesn't matter. Keep it low if you feel something in that hip. If you're starting to slouch a little bit like I am, take a big breath in, shoulders back. Even take your hands back behind you and lean forward, leading with the heart. Still keeping the spine in that neutral position. So you don't want to just drop your head down. Keep that length from tailbone to crown. Long line of energy to keep that prana flowing in your body. That life force. Taking a couple more breaths here. If you're starting to relax into it too much, where you start to slouch, just take a big breath, inhale, lengthen, and then melt with the heart while the shoulders are pulling back. So you're using the rhomboid muscles to pull your shoulder blades together and pull the shoulders back. Posterior deltoids are helping out to keep that good posture. And then on your next inhale, come on up. Awesome. Release the leg and shake it out. That should feel pretty good. So that's a modified pigeon pose. So if you are used to doing pigeon pose, but maybe, you know, if you have an incision or just sensitivity in your belly still, pigeon might be uncomfortable at this point. So that's a great alternative. That's number 4 pose that we just did. We're going to go back to standing up again. So with your legs strong and your feet are about a little bit wider than your shoulders, push into the earth, inhale, come up. Take a big breath, gazing up if that's comfortable for your neck, and exhale, hands to your heart center. Awesome. We're going to go back to some more quadricep openings. So we did a little hip flexor and quad opening in Warrior 1. We're going to rotate now, and a couple of options. I want you to actually rotate to the side, and your bench or your chair that you're using, you're going to use that here. So this is just a basic quadricep stretch. If you'd like to move into dancer pose, you're welcome to, but I'm going to start with the leg that's closest to the chair or bench and just place the shin on there. Okay, so this bench that I'm using is pretty cushion. I can put a little bit of weight there and it doesn't bother my knee. If it's bothering your knee and you're on a hard chair or bench, you can grab a pillow or a blanket to place under your knee. So I'm going to start by just tucking my tailbone. Okay, I'm not trying to like engage right here in my lower abdominals. I'm just trying to create a little bit of hip movement to create more opening in the quadriceps. So if you'll notice, as your tailbone goes back, you don't feel as much, and as your tailbone tucks, you feel a little bit more. So instead of going into a big quadricep stretch, we just have to move the hips a little bit to feel that bigger opening. So this may feel nice and you may want to stay here. This is a great place to hang out for about 3 more breaths. Or if you want to go into dancer pose, you can take one hand to the wall and then grab the top of the foot. Just start to move that leg back. So even right there, I'm feeling plenty, so I'm just going to hold for a few more breaths. And you know your body. If you can kick into the hand more and lean forward and go into a bigger version and you feel safe with that, then go for it. And take a couple more breaths here. Inhale. See if you can create more length from your standing leg up through the crown. And then release down. We're going to come to center and do one more standing pose. we're just moving into a tree pose. So normally I'd take my ankle all the way up to my inner thigh, and if you feel comfortable doing that, that's fine. Today this is my first tree pose in several weeks, so I'm just gonna take it easy. I'm gonna take that heel to the lower calf and hold onto the wall. And if you're feeling really balanced, you can take your hands to your heart. Although I do feel that the core engages a little bit more. So just to be safe, only 14 days out postpartum, I'm gonna hold onto the wall. Just feels good to create this shape in our bodies after resting for a few weeks. If you rested, before you had your baby, maybe it's been a while since you've exercised. So taking a few steps back is very, very appropriate for our bodies at this point. All right, go ahead and release. Let's go to the other side. Now I'm coming close to the wall so I can place my hand behind me. You can see my mirror behind me. And then I'm just placing the other leg down onto the bench. And now I felt the stretch more on the other side in this position. I don't feel it as much here. But I'm going to try a few things like the tucking of the tailbone to see if I can get a little bit more stretch, and that's giving me a good subtle stretch there. And as you take a few deep breaths and you feel that stretch becoming less intense, then maybe you go to the next step. And we don't want to create a lot of intensity. So if you choose to grab the foot and right away you feel that tightening of the muscle and you're feeling tension in the shoulders, then go ahead and release the foot, come back, tuck the tailbone a little bit more, and even lean back. And I can feel that for me that muscle has relaxed, so I'm going to grab the foot. I'm not going to pull the heel to my glute quite yet, just because I feel enough of a stretch just holding the foot. My arms straight. My knee is kind of allowing some added balance in this position, so I'm going to keep that knee right on there so I don't have to use my core to balance. And take 2 more deep breaths. See if there's opportunity to lengthen and lift. And then slowly releasing that foot. And facing me, coming to tree pose. Again, that wall's right there. Going to the other side and just holding tree pose. Since you're holding a wall, you can play with closing your eyes. Maybe that gives you a sense of connecting to a tree, visualizing roots growing down from your standing foot. Long, slow breaths. Take 1 or 2 more deep breaths. If closing your eyes makes you wobbly, open your eyes. Very nice. All right, we're going back to a seated position to finish our class today. So nice work, everybody. If you feel more comfortable lying down, you want to move to a Shavasana, you can do that now. Otherwise, just join me. You can leave your feet on the floor. You can bring your legs up for Sukhasana pose, easy pose, and just find that position that will serve you for these last few moments in class. If you'd like, you can make a mudra with your hands. It's just a positive hand gesture. Also helps with focus, and when you're ready, close your eyes. At this point, we'll let go of any deep breathing, even Ujjayi breathing, and just letting yourself breathe naturally, easily. This is the time to let go of all effort and just be still, be peaceful. Notice in this moment what comes up for you, what you can let go of. And starting to draw more attention to the spaces in between your thoughts. Very normal to have thoughts going one after the other, one after the other. And let them pass, no judgment. Just like clouds in the sky, start to see a little space between the end of one thought and the beginning of the next. And you are welcome to stay in this meditation position or the lying down Shavasana position and continue this time with yourself. If you would like to wrap up your class with me at this point, drawing the hands to the heart center. And thank you. It's been an honor to offer this class for you, to you, and I hope it's allowed you to feel better in your body, mind, and spirit. Thank you. Namaste.